Hello, welcome back to my little 25 subscriber channel, or 26. That's where we're at right now. It's weird though, like I get a lot of views, like a lot more than just 25 views, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people are subscribing. So I don't know, maybe I'm not consistent enough with the types of videos that I'm posting. Oh my fucking goodness. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up. My comments should be enabled now because I know for a couple of my other videos they were off. And if you're feeling very, very nice, then subscribe to my channel. Okay, does my eyelash look any better now? I don't know. I hope so. I'm running out of glue. Actually no, hold on, it's worse. Anyway, we're gonna pretend that all is well in the eyelash world when it's really not. Before we get into all the juicy details, things like fillers and altering your natural self in ways like this, or cosmetic surgery. I know that's not for everyone, so if that's not your thing, then you have every right to feel that way. If you're just naturally confident and happy with the way that you are already, kudos to you. But I do know, like myself, there are other people who enjoy these types of things, you know, and genuinely have an interest in pursuing them. I honestly don't think that doing things like this is wrong or just totally like out of the ordinary. I shouldn't have to say all that. Like, if you don't agree with it, then maybe you just shouldn't watch the video. Yeah, keep watching. I'll try to be informative. Oh my god, why are my lashes looking like this? Today I'm gonna answer a few questions that I've been getting. Whoa, should I do that? I guess this is okay. So I'm gonna answer some of the questions that I've gotten really often about my lip fillers. Please excuse the crust on my lips. To experiment with like different lip combos and stuff, and I just got this one today, and it's like, it's matte, but it's really freaking crusty and it's bothering me. So hopefully it doesn't bother you. I'll let you know where I go or who does my lip fillers, how much I pay, and then I'll talk a little bit about the pain level, if it's painful, what my healing process is like after, and just how I feel about them so far. So I posted a question thing or whatever on Instagram. I got pretty much the same ones like over and over and over again, so I'm gonna address the most common ones. The first question is, where do you go? I've actually gone to 2 different people or places so far. Like, I look really cross-eyed. I was gonna say Dr. COVID, what the fuck? So originally I went to Dr. Silverton in Stockton. He's located like off of March Lane, last I knew. I went to him twice actually. Pretty good experiences there. Made my lips bigger, and I plan to go back for my 3rd like session or syringe because I actually had already paid for it, but then COVID hit and that kind of threw me off. I assumed that it was just gonna have to wait. Then once I found out that they were taking patients again, but I lagged it to schedule my next appointment. I don't know why. Anyway, I happened to stumble across a page on Instagram. I'll put her down in the description box because you are gonna want to check her out after I tell you the answer to this next part about how much it costs. Her name is Jasmine. I didn't know her at all before I started going to her. She is so freaking nice. Not that there was anything wrong, obviously, with going to Dr. Silverton. You know, he's a professional as well. Really, really good, like, people skills. She made me feel very comfortable. You know, like, we started talking like we were friends the very first time I went to her. And I felt okay with explaining to her that I wasn't really sure where I was going at that point with how my lips were. She also explained to me that, like, for some reason, my top lip was, like, it still had filler, but not necessarily inside my lip. It was like above it, and it like made it go up or out a little bit. She was like, it doesn't look bad necessarily, but it shouldn't have been up there. So I don't know if it migrated or like if it was like that to begin with. I guess I didn't pay attention. I don't know. Another thing that I told her and Dr. Silverton is that I have a really gummy smile. So when I smile, my gums show a lot, and that's not even me really smiling, but that's something I've always been super insecure about, like probably right next to how my nose was before. Like, those were my top 2 insecurities. And I don't know, I can't say if I would have kept going to Dr. Silverton, if that would have changed it all, but I am very glad with how it's going so far, because I do see a difference in like how gummy my smile is as I'm adding more to my top lip. And when I'm smiling right now, you're still not seeing as much. I guess I can insert here like what they've looked like before, so you can like kind of get an idea of how much they have changed over time. The reason that I originally thought to go to her and that it wouldn't hurt to try another place, even though I was like pretty content with where I had gone before, the price. So a couple things here. The prices are different, but also the technique or method that you're going to make your lips bigger with is different. Whereas Dr. Silverton used needles or a syringe, what Jasmine does is use a hyaluronic, a pen basically. And this pen doesn't have needles. The next question that I get very, very often is how much do I pay? So I'll first tell you that when I went to Dr. Silverton, I want to say each syringe, and that's usually like the quantity that you buy it in, it's like 1 milliliter or 1 syringe worth of filler. And there's different types of fillers that cost different amounts, but what I got cost, I think it was $667 per syringe. We did use 1 syringe each session that I did with him. So the first session we used 1 syringe and that was $667, and then the next session was the same thing. And I was okay with that, you know. It wasn't something I was doing super often. I just mainly wanted to build up to a certain point and then just maintain it, which if you're maintaining it, you only have to probably do it like every 6 to 12 months, which I don't think is a crazy amount, you know. That's just the way I see it, but to each his own. Well, I was okay with paying that, you know. I thought it was still worth it. But then I found Jasmine on Instagram, and I was a little bit skeptical at first because it was a lot less with her. And I don't want to quote a price on here because it can change, and I don't want to give false info. If I leave this video up for I don't know how long, things can change. I'll just leave it to you if you're interested to go to her page and figure out how much she charges at that time. I honestly told her myself that she should probably charge more. She's doing good work, you know. There's no reason that she shouldn't make a little bit more money for the time that it takes her to do it, which for me it took a little bit longer because I was kind of a trouble patient and I was bleeding a little bit more than normal, not like any crazy amount. I'll get to the bleeding and whatever pain in the next question. Right now, what I'm saying is that it's super cheap either way. She's doing a great service, and if you're interested in doing something like this at all, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you go to her, because let's be real, even though I paid for that third session with Dr. Silverton and I still technically should get it, I don't even really want to at this point. It's nothing against him necessarily, but I just feel like her and I are doing really well with trying to get to where I want to be. Like every time I leave, I feel like she has addressed what I told her I wanted to do with my lips or how I wanted it to fit my face. Her service is legit. She's super professional, really down to earth. I just feel like I want to keep going to her, you know. I might not even do the third session with Dr. Silverton. I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying this lip color out and I don't know how I feel about it, like at all. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's nude, but because I'm brown, I don't know like how this is supposed to look anyway. The last question that I get pretty often, I guess it's 2 questions, but is it painful and how is the healing process? In a nutshell, it's not painful. If you've done your research at all, you'll see that you get numbed before you actually start the procedure. I don't want to call it a procedure. It's not like surgery. It's literally just like poking your lips kind of to plump them up. You're not feeling everything, poke or whatever you want to call it. The only thing that I would say, and Jasmine can attest to this, because it's something I'm still like, I don't know, I'm kind of embarrassed about, because what the hell. When she uses the pen, I don't know why, because it doesn't hurt, let me tell you. Like, I don't feel pain at all. It's like I jump when she does it. So like she'll click it and it just makes a noise. It's the spring inside that's like clicking or something. And for whatever reason, I jump every time. She'll tell me like open my mouth, she's gonna click it, and when she does, I just jump every time. Like, I think it's because for me, I'm just waiting for it to happen, and I'm never exactly on point with when I think it's gonna come, and I don't know, it's just funny. Well, it's embarrassing for me. Like, why am I jumping, you know, like it doesn't hurt, I'm not scared, and it's just my reaction. That's as much as I'll say about pain. Like there is no actual pain during or after. As far as healing, when you leave you'll probably be a little bit swollen. If you go on her page, you can get a good amount of information about, you know, the process and what you can expect during the process and after. But basically it's a super simple process. Like I work Zoom meetings right after, you know, I had them done, and they don't look like crazy bruised or like bleeding or anything. It's like when you get pricked, a little tiny bit of blood starts to come out, and she just like presses on it to stop it and moves on to the next spot that she's gonna add filler to. That was the first time. It took a little bit longer because I was bleeding a little bit more than normal, which bleeding in general is normal. Second time I went, I like didn't bleed at all, damn near, which is weird to me because it was literally only like a week apart, and I don't think I changed anything about my diet. At first we were thinking maybe I'm anemic and I needed to take like iron supplements, but I didn't really change anything, and I don't know, things just went a lot better in the bleeding area. And even then, like both times were just as comfortable, not like scary or anything.
The lips are really good. They're perky.
It's just super important that you do your research. At least like if you're gonna go to her, check out the information that she has on her page. It's super informative and is going to, I think, make a big difference in how your experience goes. Take the steps that she tells you to do before and immediately after. That way your recovery process can be that much easier and smoother, and you won't be one of those people who like starts to hate something the first time they do it because, you know, you didn't do your research before. It's best to know what is happening and why. That way you're not freaked out and think that like something is going wrong, and you're not expecting unrealistic things. I did get like a little bit like a couple little lumps and bumps that she told me to just massage out. Just put a little bit of pressure on it for like 10 minutes and maybe do that a couple times a day, I think she said. Don't quote me on that. That can easily be resolved by you taking proper care of your lips after you've had them filled. Then they're gonna go away and you're gonna be fine. Don't think that like people who get lip fillers like just live with bumpy, lumpy lips. They do not, or I would not be getting them done as many times as I have. If you've gone anywhere else and you've had bad experience, I would suggest giving it another try. It could be that your body reacted to it differently at that time and you might have a better experience. You know, I definitely wouldn't knock something like this until I tried it. I'm so glad that I did it. I do want to continue to add a little bit more to my lips before I get to like the size that I think I'll be like most content with, like an ideal size for me. I don't know, I just want really big lips for some reason. If I can achieve them and it's not hurting anyone, then why not? She has a wealth of helpful information on her Instagram page about preparation. If you already have scheduled something, you know, the things that you can do to help things go a little bit smoother for you, what to do after. That way you can have your products beforehand if you're going to take anything like arnica to help with the bruising and swelling a little bit. Yeah, she's just very knowledgeable, super sweet, and I 1000% recommend her because let me tell you, I'm gonna continue to go to her. We've definitely made some progress. Let me know if this video was helpful at all, if you guys are considering doing this, or if you have any other questions, like comment or send me a message on any of my social medias. I put them down in the description box as well. I have the same @ or username on pretty much everything on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I was just lucky that I made them so long ago. It's consistent across the board. If you've been on my channel before, thank you so very much for continuing to watch my videos. I hope that I'm giving you the kind of information that you want when you ask these questions. Yeah, I hope you guys are continuing to take care of yourselves. It's super important that you practice self-care during a time like this. I know it feels like forever since like life was normal, and yeah, I just hope that everyone is doing well, doing things to make them feel better about themselves and just about life in general. See you guys in the next video.